Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Peppermint. So Peppermint stars Jennifer Gardner, and it follows the story of a woman who loses her family after they are shot in public, and after that horrible event happens and the prisoners go free, or the people who committed the crime go free, she disappears off the grid for 5 years and comes back 5 years to the day after her family was murdered and starts murdering everybody who was involved. The corrupt judge, the corrupt lawyer, and every single person who was involved in the murder of her family and the people who got away from it. And while this is happening, the FBI is trying to track her down and trying to get her, not to murder multiple people. And it's just a bunch of stuff going on at once. So I had really no expectations going into Peppermint. It's the month of September. It's the month of movies that you see and you have no expectations for. I didn't know what to expect from Peppermint. It's a garbage dollar bin movie with Jennifer Gardner just in really poorly shot action sequences shooting people and kicking a lot of butt. And that's all really the movie is. So I didn't go in expecting much. And I didn't get much. Peppermint, it's not anything that you wouldn't expect it to be. And in fact, it does fulfill on its what it promoted, which was the fact that it was just going to be a lot of stupid action starring Jennifer Gardner. That's all it really was, but that does not mean that it was a good movie. Peppermint is honestly somewhat of a disaster of a movie. The script is so poorly written and the dialogue is so poorly written that I was cringing multiple times while watching the movie. It's like amateur. It's horrible stuff. It's the type of stuff that you see and you question why it was greenlit. And the action sequences too they really are not great. I mean, they're kind of interesting to watch, but it's like the same kill over and over again is honestly kind of what it feels like. And they aren't shot in an interesting way either. They don't do shaky cam, thankfully, but they just show it in really boring ways. They're close-ups, but they don't feel intense at all. There's really no feeling of stakes in this movie, and that's kind of an issue when you're trying to make an action movie. But most of all, this movie just has no creativity. There was no creative mind behind this movie. They weren't trying to do anything new with the action genre. They were just making a dollar bin movie. And I mean, it's like the prime example of it. I'm not going to be shocked at all in 3 years or 4 years where I go to Walmart and in the dollar bin, there's a fresh printed DVD of Peppermint. Like, that's basically just what the movie is designed to be. And because of that, of course it's not great. Like, of course the acting is bad. Of course it's poorly structured. Of course it goes on for too long. And the ending is completely horrible. But it's just kind of what you expect. It's a hard movie to review because it doesn't give you a whole lot to go off of. It just gives you what it is. Dollar bin, garbage, action movie. And for that, I will give Peppermint a 3.5 out of 10. This has been a horrible weekend for movies. You've had The Nun, which was a disaster, Peppermint, which wasn't great, and the only other movie was God Bless the Broken Roads. I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't even come to my town yet. It will this weekend. But that got like 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm not expecting much. It really is September. It's the month of mediocre movies that are so boring and mediocre that they end up being horrible. And because of that, well, you get movies like this. But anyway, that was my review for Peppermint. So what are your thoughts on this film, or what do you think of Jennifer Gardner as an actress? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.